Androcles and the Lion. In ancient days long gone by, there was once a slave named Androcles who was forced to work under a very cruel master. One day he took his chance and managed to escape from his master's house, fleeing to the surrounding forest. Androcles was of course overjoyed to be free, but now he had new troubles. What was he to do next? Where was he to go? How was he to live? He wandered through the forest, pondering these questions, when he came upon a mighty lion groaning with pain. Androcles' first thought was to run for his life, but then he stood, curious as to why the lion didn't spring up and pounce. When the lion had continued to groan, but not move at all, Androcles cautiously went closer and closer and closer, until he was near enough to touch the lion. Then the great beast stretched out its paw, and Androcles saw that it was swollen and bleeding. Full of pity and forgetting his fear, he bent to examine it. He discovered that a huge thorn was stuck in it, which was causing the pain. He delicately pulled out the thorn and bound up the lion's paw. The lion bowed its mighty head to Androcles and rubbed its mane against him, and even licked his hand. Androcles followed the lion to its cave and took shelter there. The great beast then bounded off to hunt for meat for Androcles to eat, and this is how they lived on from then on, until one day when hunters came to that part of the forest. Androcles and the lion tried to flee, but they were outnumbered, and the hunters caught them and dragged them both off to the city. The lion was taken away to fight in front of huge crowds at the arena, for in those days people thought it was a sport to see men and animals fight to the death. Meanwhile, Androcles was put on trial for escaping from his master's house. His punishment was death, by being thrown to a lion in the arena. The day arrived when fighting in the arena was to take place. Everyone in the city came to see the spectacle, ruled over by the emperor and his court. After several men had fought each other before the roaring crowd, Androcles was led out to the centre of the sandy arena. He stood in terror, fearing the worst. Then a lion was let loose from a dungeon beneath the arena and came bounding towards Androcles. But as soon as the lion came near to Androcles, it stopped and bowed its head, licking his hands. It was the lion from the forest, Androcles' friend. Everyone was astounded, and the emperor summoned Androcles to him, who told the whole story. After hearing this, the emperor told Androcles that he was pardoned and free to go, and the lion was also let loose to return to its home in the forest. Gratitude is the sign of noble souls.